cool.
Just what's the wind, George?
Very.
So George is just putting the bigger wheels on, ready for a bit of spring work. I mean, I always thought they were big, but they were bigger. George is still out making lots and lots of mud, but the trader's looking a lot better for it. I've just put this, what do you call it, reeler for the AdBlue Death on, so I've done that because the hose kept kinking on the end, but also we can never quite get near enough, but they've got trailers and stuff on, so that should just make it a bit more, easy. Just gonna power wash that off and then put it away, put it in the shed. Well, here we are, the service truck's just did its first puncture on the old slurry tanker there. I did make like 12 wood blocks and I've used 6. So yeah, more the merrier, there's a lesson. I used all 3 jacks, which I didn't expect to use either. So that's really noisy. Got Max over there, he's just loading some old straw, because the straw sheds are empty now, ready for renovating. Let's see if this will start up. It's been 6 weeks maybe. Mainly because it's got a flat tyre. And we didn't fancy fixing it in the cold. Fucking angel. That is incredible. Listen to how nice that sounds. Look how simple these engines are. This is an MWM. 6-cylinder, but there's literally a fuel filter and a pump. That's where you put your oil. The rest of it's nigh on flat. There's barely any pipes, there's only fuel pipes as well. So we use a large bore pipe and just put a simple Jubilee clip on the end, unscrew the end of the valve, and put the sort of 12 or 14 mil pipe straight onto the big bit of the valve, and it gets the air in really quick. And then use the slam bottle to just finish it, and it's probably 90% successful at that. That's all we use this pipe for. It's brilliant. So what we're using the ratchet strap for. So we wrap this around the tyre and crank it, and that helps shove the beads into the tyre beads into the steel beads, into the rim. Good day, the wind's picked up, so I just thought I'd get some urea out, ready to go spreading. So what I'm going to do, I've got to work out the hectolitre weight, so I can work out how to set the spreader. This is a 1 litre measuring jug. Looks a bit bigger than that, but I'm sure it will be right. So what I do, you fill it up without packing it in any way, and then you scrape the top off, which I can't do with one hand. I'll just use my phone. Yep, so I've scraped the top off. Then I'm going to put it on this zeroed scale, which I can assure you I'm going to forget about and leave on here. So it's 9.63. Just out spreading urea. I've done a few tanks. That's what it looks like. Quite nice, quite pure. So, we've been blessed in the last few days with good non-windy days, so which is quite nice actually for spring. Just show you the hardware. So this is a hydraulic powered spreader, because we always struggle getting the ammonium sulfate and the urea and the potash up to 36 metre. So being hydraulic, this can actually do that now, which is quite nice. The previous spreader, it always struggled to get the middle bit. Then we're on our old class mega combine wheels, which we put on this tractor for half a year, and these are quite nice and fat. These run quite low. I think these are down to 12 psi, which is good. And this is under full weight. Nice bit of squidge, nice big contact area. And just some regulars on the front. You can see there the back of the spreader is where all the weight is. So there's 2.5 tonne of product in the tank. And we need to get that weight softly spread out over the back of the tractor. Quite a big footprint down there, so I'm just going to check the spreader is the right height. I need to be 50 from there to there and 50 from there to there, so I'll just check that quick. Bob on. Just to show you why we run these flotation tyres on the tractor. Coming out of winter, the fields are the wrong end of being wet. They're on the dry, but it's wet at depth. This is where we came through last night, and you'll barely see a mark. So here's some of the legacy of our air coursing friends. They seem to like this field. Where's another one there? You can see this wheat is really ready for the nitrogen now. It's thin. It looks a bit like grass. It's not. I hope not. But it's ready for that tillering effect this first pass of nitrogen offers. So you can tell from the trays in the swath there, we're just tray testing. I'm very untrustworthy of it. So let's get a fair old breeze on now. I'll just look in a minute and see what the breeze is, but Urea to 36 metres. That's pretty damn good, really. So what's the wind, George?
Very.
Yeah, I got 14 to 24 mile. 14. I can't remember what term it was. 14 to 24, but gusty. It's really not bad. See quite clearly the combine trails. None just there, but left and right you can see two over there. Barely any germination. Just on about with George, these combine trails. This is where the straw was. And it's the second year we're getting this problem. Everywhere there's a trail, it's barely any germination. We don't know whether it's the chaff getting broken down by the soil, which is using more nitrogen. I don't know, so I just think we might chop a section next year and see if it stops that. Busy morning, that's 1 lorry. 2 lorry. 3 lorry. It's not even 8 o'clock. This is why diamond rollers in the potato harvester are a bit cringe, because you get this in the cleaner roller, it chews them up. Normally the new one, when you put them in, if you know, you know. Lovely morning for it today. Nice and still. So spread a bit of urea. Odds are, I know, if I left that'd end up in the combine. View from the cab. It's better from the drone, actually. I have droned this bit over there because it's a new wet area, and this is actually a relatively good year for puddles for us, or compared to the last few years since 2022. You can see it's all it's a little bit tainted. It's got that rouge colour to it. Yes, we have mapped it for draining. this will have to have one in after this crop. No, it's in the way. Covers quite a large area, but potentially yield robbing. So all information of all the stuff we've spread, via this portal, which controls the spreader, or I suppose controller, it's all synced to my head via my eyes, and then I sync it to my pad. Back in the high country, this is up near Manthorpe, up near cousin Michael's farm. It's quite nice up here because you're elevated. You don't get that down the fen. It makes you feel like, when you can see all the fields out in the horizon, it makes you feel like you're doing your part to feed the country. So I just thought I'd investigate this bit. Looks like there's a blocked tile, and I say tile because it would have been a clay pipe. It looks, it's proper gooey. Looks like it's popping up here and running down there. But on this sort of soil, on tops of hills, water has a strange habit of stopping down there and coming uphill. It's most bizarre. And what I mean by that is the tops of hills are often the wetter bits in this sort of what I call high country. Actually, now you can see it glimmering from this low side. You couldn't really see it from there, but it looks to me there. But it doesn't mean to say it's got one over there as well. Didn't actually appreciate how clean that water is. That is absolutely crystal, which is good because this is flowing from Michael's fields up top there.